We're recording, by the way.
Oh, please tell me we opened with that.
Yeah, we opened with, there was nowhere for that to go, or whatever.
Ah, cool.
It's close
And
enough.
I guess we should note that Ziri is now a tentacle monster.
We were all tentacle monsters deep down. That'll become relevant to you soon, Cezanne. I apologize.
No, you don't.
I can be like, man, this is fucked up, but I'm not stopping now. Gideon,
Yes.
introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Como. I play Gideon. He's the human fighter. Came from Wolf Crone. Had a real rough upbringing. Became a captain. It's never been really clear what his exact position was, but he's part of the guard at Wolf Crone. He was sent here in expeditionary force. Met some fun-loving people. Went into the Gauntlet. It's all been downhill from there, both literally and metaphorically. Currently, not going so great.
Cezanne,
Yes.
are you guys gonna do this all night?
I'm Rally if I'm playing Cezanne, human cleric. Left his home village on a pilgrimage that led him to this town of Otari, and after discovering some disturbing things within the Gauntlet, he is continuing downwards with this group.
Wesk.
I'm Yuri. I play Wesk, the Kobold Gunslinger. The slinger from Ceylondia with a chip on his shoulder.
I had to resist making a bite size instead of party size joke there. I feel like I should be applauded for my restraint.
Anyway, he has found himself in Otari and found bits that he likes in each of his party members.
Just bits.
Enough that he feels they're worth protecting.
I see we're back to being the tsundere instead of being the party heart. Siri.
Yes, I am Zilly. I play Ziri. She
Yeah,
is
it's hard to do, isn't it?
What?
It's hard to do, isn't it? I heard you hesitate.
I was trying to do 3 things at once, okay?
Yeah, it's hard to do, isn't it?
Is a satyr animist, spooky girl. She likes dead stuff, and her little buddy Gax, who is now refusing to follow her anywhere, which is understandable after what she's put him through. She did like Chuck too, but you know, Chuck is no more. He's ooze now. And she likes Wesk. Aside from that, undecided. But she still has put her neck on the line for pretty much everybody in the party, so it's gotta count for something. And also she wants to figure out why she keeps having dreams and visions of first-person Belcora memories. Yep, that's about it.
Well, take us from the top. Who wants to do a summary of what happened last time?
So is anyone besides me not capped? Oh yeah,
Oh,
Gideon
we
used
used
all
a
his
lot.
last
Gideon
time.
used all of his.
Yeah.
And Wesk.
Hold on.
None of you are capped, in fact.
Okay, I shouted for him. Hold on, he should be coming soon.
Way to go. Thank you for volunteering, Zillion.
What? I'm capped.
You're not capped.
It says I am here.
You've got 2.
It says
Star power is
you
not.
can have hero. Oh, I see. Okay, no, that was not me volunteering. All right, give us the recap, dear.
You voluntold him, I see.
These things happen. Alright. Last time.
Goodbye,
we,
Como.
Alright.
These
Last
things
time we
happen.
finished dispatching the, not drow. I will never remember what it is. Then we sat out exploring some of the rest of the 5th floor, because we missed quite a bit of it. Most of it wasn't that bad. Then we stumbled upon the room we're currently in. Everything else on this floor was, you know, we picked up some stuff, we looted some things. It was a real good time, and a good time was had by Outlier. Then we found the shadows. Gideon hates shadows. It is literally one of his least favorite things to encounter. This is a room full of them, and one of them was real powerful. It was a bad time, despite the fact that our mages had literally some of the perfect weapons to deal with it. So, we barely made it out of that, and we're in rough shape right now. And there's a Gax.
There is a Gax. He's also here. Hello, everybody. That's good enough for me. We'll go ahead and jump right back on into it. And we will...
Everything hurts.
Correct. You each find yourself in the large, octagonally shaped stone chamber. Once again, this is a large set of heavy doors carved with Nimbalot's symbol. Those of you who know who she is and what she's about. This way is the heavy iron and stone portcullis that is currently slammed into the ground. And there are further rooms to explore in this area should you choose to do so.
Do I have permission to be that guy for a second?
What is that?
Permission granted.
It's a portcullis.
So the shadows leap back to life.
I am.
Weird hill to die on, but at least you did. What would everyone like to be doing?
Can you unpause so that I can
No.
look at my thingies?
You would think.
Thank you.
You would think.
I would like to be doing this. This is what
We all know what it is. We're just waiting for it.
there we go.
Alright. You are currently stupefied too. Give me that flat D20.
D20 roll.
Nope.
I would
you
like
are
to use. Wait, will that even help? Will a hero point help that?
You're gonna use a hero point on a flat D20?
Alright, no.
I mean, regardless, you spend your focus point, and it looks like Ziri is having not a great time. She is unable
I need
to
a nap,
focus.
guys.
I'm just gonna walk over here and start trading some of Ziri's ones.
Yeah, I get the feeling that any further movement here tonight will only lead to death.
Yuri's gonna kind of slowly just sit.
Okay. Ziri slumps to the floor.
If I recall correctly from last time, it only takes a couple hours for you guys to grow your shadows back.
Yeah.
Gideon starts thinking about the last time this happened. Yep.
The,
Sounds about right.
whole party is not doing so hot, and it feels like, Gideon, your limbs are full of lead.
Gideon,
Yes.
Yuri's gonna slowly start laying down.
do you think we're gonna be able to get back past that wall you lifted earlier?
Not right now. I mean, I could try, but it's not looking good, bud.
Well,
I'll just have to figure go way back then.
Can I try it again or no?
Not immediately, no.
No. Okay. How
Wes,
often
what do you
can I
got?
try?
Busk will turn to Cezanne. There's a chance that there is a winch for it somewhere around here, but so
Could I-
also
Yeah. Could I look around at the room to see if there's anything?
Sure. Give me a perception check. You may attempt to do so now, Silly. I wanted to give everybody a chance to do at least one thing. God damn you, boy.
That either means I rolled a 1 or a 20, and there's no.
It probably means a 20. He's upset about it.
Alright. So what are you doing, Cezanne, specifically?
I was looking around to find the potential winch that Wesk was describing.
Okay. Cezanne, you don't spot anything in this room. Are you taking an opportunity to explore these other rooms right now while your party is down? Or are you
No, I'm not going to push into the other rooms. At most, I'd look in that one area we've already explored outside of this.
Very well. With that perception check, Cezanne, you are able to spot peering through the arrow slit. While
Oops, sorry. I didn't mean to do that.
It's fine. Just give me another flat d20, Zoe. You are able to spy through the arrow slit. There is some sort of lever in this room. And that room does look empty.
Another one aside from the 12 I just rolled, Stray.
Oh, you did roll a 12. Yes, you may go ahead, mark off your focus point, and give everybody their healing.
Okay. So both of those times that did cost a focus point, right? So that's
Correct.
2. Okay.
There's a
It's
mechanism
30.
up to the north of us, and it looks safe from what I saw. But
so I figured you can't be too careful, but ooh, that's a good one.
That is actually really good. Everyone greedily slurps
Siri
down
will
their healing.
slowly start sitting back up.
Wesk Cezanne points out the lever, and you are able to tell even from here, yes, that probably controls the portcullis.
Well, at least we've narrowed it down to one room we have to explore instead of 3.
Did Cezanne mention that room was empty?
Yeah, he did. He at least mentioned it to me, and I figure once we all regroup, we mention it to you too.
Well, we can get out of here. Or we can set camp in here for a little bit. Till people are feeling a little bit better.
Honestly, heading back, we lose the entire day if we... Not exactly thrilled about it, but that portcullis is probably the safest place to be right now.
That was my thought.
Sorry, where's the safest place to be?
Because
Right here.
of the athletics check, or like how much strength Gideon had to expend to get through that.
I gotcha.
wow. I'm not wanting to be the one to encourage us to take more time than we need, but can I tell Ziri has the stupefied condition? Actually? Or I saw her fizzle a spell earlier.
Correct.
Ziri's gonna need to probably stop by the Dawnflower to fully recover.
Doesn't do stupefied. Yeah. Yeah.
Zero, you
Or
are having
spend
trouble
a
concentrating.
few
You are
spells.
hearing the voices from the book again.
Yeah, we should. All right. We should get that winch going and head back. Sure, you don't need me to lead the way.
Would that be any better?
Fair enough.
Gideon, you swing this open, and it looks like this might have been a security checkpoint at one point in time, which means that, based on your prior knowledge of guardhouses and other such matters, this probably once led outside at one point, and this was sort of where you would get checked down before entering the Abomination vaults. Nothing in here, though. This has been picked clean.
Doubt there'd be much fun if we looked at it. This would be one of the towers in.
There's a lever over here.
But the lever was right here. Or is that like something else?
It's vague. It's lever-ish vibes over here.
Lever vibes, got it. Gideon will be drawn to the lever vibes and will attempt to pull the lever based on vibes.
The lever likes your vibes, and you watch as the Portugalus rises up out of the ground agonizingly slowly. Surprisingly, it still works, even after all this time, Wes.
It is pretty surprising.
Siri stumbles forward towards the light source.
Well,
That's the other
Yeah,
thing,
but
is
we-
we could recast light so that everyone actually had a light source.
we have our way back. We shouldn't hang around here too long.
Everyone double back the way you came.
There. You good there?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just gonna start shuffling people. Trying to think of how many times I've ever come through the exit to get to an entrance.
Mm. We're just heading back to Otari now, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Did I light the sconce? I'm lighting the sconce.
You did not light that sconce. It is now lit.
Bet you thought I was gonna forget.
No, actually, I don't really care if you light all the sconces.
It's the only way to get the secret ending.
There is a
Gotta
secret
get this
ending.
secret not light ending.
Very well.
Wait, is that secret ending happy or secret ending threatening?
Both.
I was about to say, this is Stray we're talking about. There's every likelihood that secret ending is dog.
What? Oh.
I would love the dog ending. Or the UFO ending.
Ray has explicitly deconfirmed the dog ending for this campaign.
Yeah, that's just
Damn.
stupid.
My
hate
favorite Silent Hill ending.
I hate it. You can eat my ass. Why do you guys... What the fuck happened with that paste?
What?
the shit?
I think he's trying.
Okay. We're just gonna... We have
I'm
to stop
assuming he was
here.
just copying us back to Otari at some point.
We will.
Or floor 4.
As you guys ascend floor 4. Because I assume you guys aren't using my nice teleportation circles. I just
thought
want
we
to point
were.
out, when I
Love to use
copy-pasted you
teleportation.
guys...
Teleportation circle.
Mm-hmm.
when I copy-pasted you guys, the guys ended up in the wall, but Ziri is over here for some reason.
Oh yeah, because she was so far away from us when you copy pasted us.
Regardless, there is one thing before you go. As you ascend, both Joseph and Tavius are waiting with the corpse of more things lying at their feet in front of you. As you
That
each
doesn't look good.
ascend, like, notice you ascending, having weapons raised, realize it's you, and then kind of drop their guard. Tavius gives a small wave at you, and Joseph nods at you.
Hello.
Gideon will, exhausted, just try to raise up a hand as best he can.
I'm glad to see you guys. This is Joseph speaking. I'm glad to see you guys are all right.
All right, it's not a term that we could use right now, but we're alive.
Alive is
We're
good.
alive.
Joseph prods the creature on the floor in front of him.
How
with a
and
boot.
why did you both make it all the way down here?
Well, I've been giving it some thought. My town is under attack right now, and I would be remiss to turn down any help that I can get. He glances to Tavius, who gives another small wave. And there can be no denying his skill at arms. We came to an agreement. He would assist me. We would defend the gauntlet, since it is now open and unsealed, as you put it. And we would take shifts. While you guys are exploring, we will protect the gauntlets from anything wanting to crawl back up. Like this.
That would be a good idea, given what's going on the floor below here.
Unfortunately, I'm not brave enough nor skilled enough to join you on the lower floors, but I quickly figured out this to be a choke point. If things go south, they'll go south here.
This is where the barrier was.
Yes, so I've been told.
Well, we
So, what's the plans for the off shift?
We'll probably station some guards and lookouts out front. Not to engage with anything that comes out of it, but we'll be alerted if something heads our way. We have some sending stones, and we can use some relay messengers. We'll know if something crawls out of here that we can't handle.
glad to hear.
So does that mean we can take the teleporter back up?
If you would like to. Jesus, boy.
Sorry, did my mic pick up something? Horrifying?
All of it.
Or what?
Just rustling, general rustling.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
This also lets Tavius do some community service. It's something that he's good at, which is breaking things, apparently.
Actually, he was pretty good at fixing stuff. The stuff he was good at was stabbing things, crushing things.
Tavius chimes in. I'm really good at throwing hammers, too.
I failed that under crushing things, but you're right.
Is crushing things the same as throwing things?
You know, that is a good question. Do you consider a ballistic projectile the same as crushing when it hits the point of impact?
It's more like an agility kind of coordination, hand-eye coordination thing, more so than
Yeah, but you need the strength and you need to stay on target, so that's a dexterity attribute. But this is getting weird.
Joseph shakes his head, clearly done with the both of you before trudging upstairs. We're going to Otari. Any last business down here?
That's fine.
No, I think we're good.
We go upstairs to Otari, where it is currently nighttime. Each of you ascend the stairs tiredly, or the teleporter, I suppose, before making your way back to town. In reverse, don't worry about that.
Understand. There it goes again.
Back to the Rowdy Rockfish, or does anyone have any errands before bed?
Probably not right now, and if I did, Gideon would be too exhausted to do any of them.
Very well.
Siri's only thought is nap.
Very well.
In fact, she will pause a few times and just kind of start sinking to the ground as we all walk back, but kind of right herself and keep following.
You do an admirable job trudging back to town.
Wesk will do his best to try and put her arm over his shoulder, even though it's doing more harm than good.
Gideon would try to carry the
She'll
mages.
kind of wiggle her fingers on his shoulder, because standing up, that's where they'd be.
But honestly, he's too tired to actually carry anyone, so it'd just be kind of a limping trudge over his shoulder.
As you trudge tiredly, Ziri, unfortunately, Tavius opens his mouth. Did you, you find out anything new about the curse?
Talking to me?
Yeah.
Just gonna kind of stare distantly ahead. Did we find anything out about the curse?
Not right now, as far as I know. We'd
Not
probably have
so
to look
far.
more into what's going on the floor below to really get information there.
Sorry, Tavius. My thoughts aren't really working so good right now.
Okay. He, seemingly discouraged, falls back a little bit, thinking before stepping forward once more, unfortunately. Did you try the sending stones?
She's gonna kind of dig through her pocket, fumble it out, drop it, pick it up, drop it, pick it up one more time.
Picks it up and hands it to you.
I did, but it was just...
We didn't get much connection from any of them.
Oh,
We're static.
even
Understandably, she wanted me to be Esmeralda, but I wasn't.
Oh. Well, what about, tonight?
What about tonight?
Different time, different
She's gonna
seers.
wistfully think about the sleep that she plans to get tonight.
Okay. She's having nightmares and stuff, right? About, tonight.
Yeah, it's not the worst idea.
I...
Why don't you give me the stone? Nothing else, I can just relax and sit on it for a few minutes.
She's gonna stare at Gideon for a moment before kind of shaking herself, trying to clear her mind and clutching the stone a little tighter. No, I'll listen to it tonight, Tavius, before I sleep.
Is there anything that I can Because I would, you know.
I know you would. I'll let you know, okay? The moment I know anything.
Okay. I'm sorry.
You okay?
About that time that the mayor has to lead Tavius back to the prison. Before he also parts ways to go to his manor, and the rest of you kind of march your way back to the Rowdy Rockfish.
Zuri's gonna look after him, kind of concerned before following the rest back.
Four of you arrive at the Rowdy Rockfish for the night. It is 11 o'clock at night. Lazda glances up as you enter and then hurriedly scoots behind a wall. Four of you immediately heading to bed.
I would.
I'm gonna say, can I let Zuri head to bed and kind of accidentally drift off, and Gax can wake her up later because she's so tired.
Very well. What does everyone
Okay.
do before bed then? Ziri, are you attempting to listen and you're just falling asleep?
Yes.
Give me a will save, please. Very well. Ziri, it's pretty hard to focus right now. Sleep takes you quite easily, and it doesn't help that it is a persistent pressure in your head. Your muscles ache. Your strength has been supernaturally drawn from you. You lay down and you manage to keep your ears on the sending stone for about the next, let's say, a good 15 minutes before you just pass out into dreamland. The rest of you watch as Ziri adamantly, stubbornly refuses to turn the sending stone over to Gideon before passing out anyway. What are the rest of you doing?
Wesley's gonna go take a bath first.
Very well. It's on, Gideon.
Gonna look apologetically at Lazda before trudging upstairs and reviewing some of his armor and his shield. All of them have taken beatings. The sword as well, but the sword is probably in better shape. Then he's gonna pull out some of the remaining listening stones that he has in the bag of holding to see if he can get anything new out of them.
Alright.
Zion's gonna seek to his window and is somewhat tired. They try and get some guidance for the next day.
Very well. So, Suzanne, you're staying up praying?
Yeah.
Very well. Ziri,
Yes.
your sleep is interrupted by Suzanne's voice.
Mm.
You're awake now, Ziri.
What is he doing? He's just
You're just
talking. Zuri's gonna kind of sigh heavily,
It's not very
roll
loud.
over.
It's not very loud. It's across the room. It's a little bit quiet. It's a little hushed, whispery prayers. You've probably heard it dozens of times sharing the room now.
We'll roll over and kind of heave a sigh before muttering, "Mind keeping it down a little?"
San, when did you go to bed? When did you go to bed, Suzanne?
It would have been after the short session of prayers and tracing the stars and all that.
Ziri, the whispers do not stop.
Gonna
Things that would have been more than an hour ago.
hold up the sending stone to her ear for a moment while she waits for it to stop.
Give me a
Did she
perception
hear
check.
anything? Perception check. Hidden or no?
Yes. Ziri, you roll over, gripping the sending stone. Question mark?
Yes.
Very well. The whispering has not stopped since you have interacted with the book again, and you are finding it hard to sleep tonight. You roll over, and Suzanne's voice has woken you up. And you realize the whispering is coming from the sending stone.
She's gonna kind of pull the sending stone away from her ear and glance over at Cezanne, confused, before putting it back up to her ear. Does it sound like his voice in the sending stone?
Yes. Very low.
Can she tell what it's
whispering.
saying?
Not with your perception check. You recognize Cezanne's voice whispering something in a breathy, quiet voice.
He's gonna speak very quietly into it. Hello?
It goes immediately silent. There's not even a little tiny crackle of arcane interference.
Yuri's gonna kind of get up and hesitantly walk over towards Cezanne's bed and just look to make sure that he's actually there asleep.
Cezanne, are you asleep?
I would be asleep.
He's asleep.
Just try to listen to the sending stone again.
Give me another perception check. You hear your companion's voice coming through the sending stone, whispering something. You're not able to tell what.
It's still Cezanne's voice.
It's still Cezanne's voice.
Siri would like to kind of gently shake him by the shoulder.
Okay. You do so.
And as soon as his eyes open, she's gonna hold her finger to her lips.
What are you doing, Suzanne?
Slightly startled, will glance at Ziri, will glance up immediately towards the window to see if the gauntlet's going off.
Fair.
It's dark.
She's... If he allows her to, she's gonna kind of reach over and hold the sending stone up to his ear.
Okay.
He will not resist at this point.
Cezanne, give me a perception check.
Sure.
You hear yourself praying.
I'll look at Ziri confusedly. Can I understand any of what's being said?
I'd say with your perception check, you can.
What's going on?
It's a...
What's up?
It is a hymn that you do not recognize, but you are able to tell through the theming. It is some sort of prayer of sacrifice. It's talking about dedicating to the old ways. It's talking about taking a hand in marriage. It's kind of unnerving because it's spoken with such reverence and such care. It's definitely a prayer of some type. But it's your voice.
Again, I'll look to Ziri to
She's gonna kind of recognize the confused expression and pull the sending stone away. Did you hear that?
What's going on? Why is that me?
So you did hear that.
Yes, it was a prayer of some form, though not one I recognize.
I couldn't make out that much. I just recognized your voice. She's gonna hold it back up to her ears again, seeing if it's still talking.
It still is.
She's gonna lower it. I think maybe we should go to the manor.
Right.
Should we wake the others?
Do you think we'll need them?
It's hard to say. Does she have any idea why she would be hearing his voice when he's right here? Is there anything she can think of that would be similar to that?
Give me an Arcana check. Cezanne gives me an Arcana check.
Enough, dog.
Arcana, my best check.
Oh yes.
No.
Anything's better than a 1, so...
And what about another
Ah,
one?
yeah!
Are you sure about that?
It was beautiful. It was a beautiful moment.
Eat both of them
What
right now.
good solidarity this crew is! Holy shit.
Anything's
All right.
better than a 1.
In response to your question.
You're kind of in a hurry. There's a lot happening right now, and you think, yeah, I mean, there's like magic mouth, there's, runes of warding, there's all sorts of, spells that can replicate noise. I mean, that's really basic fucking bitch spells. Cezanne, this is such an easy Arcana check. You still managed to hit this somehow.
What?
It's
Okay.
a DC 5. It's incredibly
You didn't
common
crit
knowledge.
fail. That's all that was required.
Pretty much. Zero, you're kind of panicking and, your mind is racing. Do you share your thoughts with Cezanne?
Yes.
Cool. Ziri begins to tell you about how you can replicate noises with spells, and you point out, Cezanne, sending stones are incredibly sensitive to arcane interference. You can't use magic near it.
think. Would
Probably start moving.
okay. She's gonna like stumble out the door and towards the manor then.
Gideon West, give me a perception check if you would. Zahn, are you joining Ziri?
I will nudge Gideon and then leave the room.
Gideon, you awake to a start. West, you're snoring a fucking log. Sawing logs, West. You're exhausted. Gideon, you awake to see Cezanne and Ziri kind of just on their way out the door already.
Oh, what the?
Are you guys waiting on Gideon?
I'm gonna poke at West.
Ziri will wait if she's prompted, but otherwise she's just gonna kind of be blurrily
Ziri's
rubbing
booking
her
it.
eyes and going towards the manor.
Cezanne, what are you doing? Act quick. She's moving.
I'll try and catch up to Ziri.
Very well. Your two mages just book it out the door, Gideon.
All right, I'm gonna poke West sharply and start getting armor on.
West! You are being awoke. Team's moving. You are being told nothing.
Lesk is going to blearily grab his gear since he's able to sleep in his armor and just like rush out the door after them. Sleep still in his eyes.
Gideon, are you gearing up?
Yes.
Very well. Gideon, you're gonna be a while. Wesk, you're right behind them. Maybe about 2 or 3 minutes. You see them up the street from you.
I will blearily run after them like a kid who has sleepily almost missed the bus.
Very well. You
Ziri,
three
are
arrive
still hearing the
at
noises.
manor. Oh, yes.
Sorry, did you ask
arrive
something?
At the manor.
Oh.
And the guard stops you.
Oh no.
Visiting hours are over.
We're not visitors. This is important. I'm helping the mayor's daughter. I'm a doctor. She's
Oh,
gonna
you're
kind
the
of
witch.
swat at him. I'm not. I mean, I need to see his daughter now, please. It's urgent.
Yeah, alright. He steps aside politely. You go immediately for the room.
Yes.
Very well.
Well, when she goes inside, she'll listen to see if she hears anything, like anybody up or about for some reason. Then she'll go to the room.
There's a couple guards just standing around, kind of protecting the museum side of things. They give you a curious look as you rush past. Are you rushing, or...?
As much as she can when she's stupefied and enfeebled and tired.
Okay. Series fast.
Say stumble
I'm unfazed
rushing.
about the fact that the guard just led her out the way after it was like, oh yeah, the witch.
The witch positive.
The witch non-derogatory.
See, you get it.
The witch happy emoji.
Clown smile.
Wow.
You hustle to Doriana's room. It's odd, Ziri. You can hear your footsteps momentarily before all of the noise cuts out entirely and quickly.
I'm sorry, I could hear what?
You could hear your own footsteps approaching.
Okay.
In a rush, you're not going to be quiet. You could hear them through the sending stone as you arrive at the door. Door is shut.
She will pause outside and put her ear up to the door.
You hear nothing but silence. Are you explaining anything to Gideon and Wesk, or Cezanne and Wesk?
Cezanne and Wesk. I mean, Gideon. Wait.
Gideon's
Cezanne
not
knows
here.
why we're here.
Yep.
She's not going to be explaining to Wesk, no.
Okay. Gideon, you.
Man, our mages are great at relaying information.
It's been real fun this campaign to try to keep track of what each character individually knows.
I mean, that doesn't mean she won't bring it up in a while, but at the moment, no, she is singular-minded.
Very well.
Let me help you out. I ain't no shit.
Gideon could explain. If he asks, she could wait, did he ask?
Door is shut.
I'm not there.
Ziri. Door is shut, and you do not hear anything.
She will check the sending stone to see if the whispering's still coming out.
Nope.
And she's gonna kind of pause and look at Cezanne. The stone went quiet. Do you hear anything? She's gonna hold it out to him.
I hear nothing. Do I hear nothing?
Nope.
Nope, completely quiet.
Well, should we check anyways? We did come all this way. And I imagine I can't really make Doriana any more annoyed with me, so...
Sure, you lead the way. I don't believe I've met her.
You guys just wait here. She's gonna crack the door open slowly.
Okay.
And try to be as quiet as she can while she slips inside.
Doriana's sitting upright in her bed. She looks tired. Bags under her eyes that rival yours right now. She's a little bit more gaunt than you remember her being. A little bit more pale. She's deteriorating fast.
I assume that the stench is still there.
Yep. She's
Right, Ziri.
holding her stuffed griffin.
Ziri's gonna leave the door open behind her and kind of slowly approach the bed and kneel down.
She barely seems like she's aware that you're there.
Oriana, were you playing with your sending stone earlier tonight?
Slowly, eyes still locked dead ahead, she turns to face you before noticing you for the first time. Hello, demon.
Hi, Doriana. Were you... She's gonna kind of hold up the sending stone. Were you playing with the stone that you used to speak to Esmeralda with earlier?
She gives a small, tired smile. Tavius and my sister used to talk a lot. You listened.
Who did?
You listened to me.
She's saying you listened to me? Or he listened to me?
Doriana is saying that you, Ziri, listened
Yes.
to her statement.
Okay. Ziri's gonna kind of offer a smile, but it looks kind of unsettled. I mean, yes, I'm trying my best to listen. I want to help.
It looks like she's trying to say something, but is struggling. That's where, up the road. Gideon. Where are you hustling to?
Run it.
In full plate, full sword, shield,
Jogging.
everything.
I'm used to it.
Very well. You arrive at the Minham's Manor, having finally got that last belt cinched up real tight. Kind of winded. You've been jogging for 30 straight minutes.
Yeah.
The guard stops you outside. The visiting hours are closed, sir.
I'm with the fun lady and the tiny kobold and the The priest.
Oh. One of the witch's apprentices.
Yeah,
Don't
right.
Look very witchy, you know.
I'm gonna look him square in the eye, hold him on the shoulders, and say, "Do not ask questions you don't want the answer to."
It's my job, sir.
Look,
Guard
can I go?
steps to the side.
I'll just keep trudging.
Okay. You trudge through the halls. It's dark, and Gideon, you don't know where Doriana's room is, do you?
I've been here once.
Okay. You don't know where Doriana's room is.
I have no clue. You think I was paying attention?
Very well.
I got a light on a shield that I happen to be holding.
You each hear a commotion outside. I would say, Siri, you're probably focused in on this. Wesk, you should probably fetch your companion.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. As soon as I hear a commotion, I'll probably be like, "Ah, that's Gideon," and I'll run to go and solve it.
Very well. Cezanne, you're just standing awkwardly in the door.
Yeah, pretty much.
Very well.
I
Circling
was
back
brought
to
here
you.
to try and figure out what was going on, and there is not another person in this room.
What do you mean? Oh, the voice.
Yeah.
Very well. It's just Ziri and Doriana in this room. Cezanne. Doriana turns.
Guess I'll eye the room to see if anything looks out of place, but I've never seen it before, so I don't expect much.
Give me a perception check. Alright. Ziri, what are you saying to Doriana?
Is she still trying to say something but can't?
Yes, it's clear that it's like she's trying to say something, but there are definitely curses that won't let you talk about them.
She's gonna try listening to the Sending Stone.
It's completely quiet now.
She's gonna try gently taking the griffin out of Doriana's hands.
Okay. She relinquishes the griffin.
But it makes no difference.
No, doesn't seem like she cares. Cezanne, you're kind of stepping around the room, examining it.
I was more thinking I was looking in from the doorway.
Okay. You're not going to be
I
able
was
to...
told to wait out here.
Very well. Then I would say you are not going to be able to examine this room very thoroughly just from glancing in the doorway.
Yeah. I didn't expect to be able to.
Very well.
While Ziri works on digging the ruby out and closing the griffin back up, she's gonna talk to Doriana and ask her again. She's gonna be like, Doriana, are you able to tell me if you were using the Sending Stone from your sister earlier tonight?
She nods.
She's gonna
Gives a
put the griffin
small,
back in the sorry.
Proud smile. Very
She's
tiny
gonna
smirk.
kind of settle the griffin back in Doriana's arms after she's closed it up as well as she can. Was it just you using the Sending Stone? Or was somebody with you?
Furrows her brow. Doesn't seem like she can say. She reaches under her pillow where she has hidden the other Sending Stone.
Ziri will extend a hand.
She passes it to you.
She'll hold it up to her ear.
Like holding two phones up to your ear. They match.
She's gonna hesitantly talk into them.
You can hear yourself.
She's gonna look at Doriana again. You're not able to tell me who was with you talking tonight, are you?
Just stares blankly ahead.
Oh, sorry, wrong button.
No, bud, that was me rolling. I just had you selected.
I was just giving you cover.
Oh. No. Trust me, bud, I would not make that sort of rookie mistake.
I'm joking.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
I mean, if you want to be weird, I mean, we can totally... I can just send you the script and... Get some weird shit happening if you want. Regardless.
Who would ever be weird, Gideon said, intimidating the front guard.
Regardless. Cezanne, what are you doing? Still just hanging in the doorway?
Everything okay in there, Siri?
Gonna look over at the open doorway with Cezanne in it before glancing back to Doriana. Do you mind if one of my friends comes in?
Your friends?
Yeah, she's gonna kind of like lean over to make sure that Doriana can see Cezanne standing over by the doorway.
She looks at you, Cezanne.
Oh.
Small, scared, sickly looking girl.
Oh. Try to give as non-imposing a look back as I can.
Okay. There is a flash of recognition across her face. Before Ziri, she reaches for the sending stone again.
Hand the sending stone back to her.
She crams it under her pillow and goes to lay back down.
Ziri's gonna kind of pause and then nod at Cezanne to indicate he can come into the room.
I'll walk up and join Siri.
Okay. You each note that Doriana's brow is furrowed. She's frustrated. She's annoyed right now, and tears begin to pour out of her eyes. Gideon West, you walk into Doriana's room.
Did you really have to wear the whole armor?
I only caught half of that.
Did you really have to wear all of the armor?
Listen. Yes. Too tired to argue.
Doriana's struggling to say something again, Ziri. It's clear the child is thinking hard.
Ziri's gonna kind of reach out one hand and hesitantly put it on Doriana's shoulder to try and comfort her.
She's frustrated. She's crying now. Tavius and my sister talked a lot. And then she puts a hand under the pillow again, touching the sending stone.
Yuri's gonna look over at Cezanne. It's the third time she said that to her, right? think. This is the third time she's said that phrase, and were you there when we were talking to Tavius about it? Everybody was there, right?
Right. But
Yeah. Well, Tavius didn't seem to know much more, but I felt like it was important, and
it does seem. Yeah.
She blurts out, "My friends."
Your
your
friends?
friends. And I kind of rub her shoulder a little bit. I mean, I'm a friend, Oriana.
No. Your friends.
Well, what about them?
She's frustrated. She's scared. She's thinking hard.
Hold on. Let other people do things for a moment. I must look at my list of things.
My friends. Your friends.
Are you trying to talk for someone else?
No.
Mm.
This is the first time you two have met, Gideon. She's now looking at you momentarily confused.
Been in the room for a minute now.
She's
I
been...
like how Cezanne waited at the door to be beckoned in.
Nope.
Gideon just bursts into a young girl's room, sweaty, covered in armor.
I had already queued up that if Cezanne was still waiting at the door, I was just gonna walk right on in.
I'll try my best to calm the situation at hand as she's seeming fairly stressed.
Okay. Give me a diplomacy check. Okay. Nothing doing, Suzanne.
Can I actually roll to aid?
If you would like.
Sure. Diplomacy check?
Yep.
I believe with the sword that equates to a +2.
I believe so. I would say, yeah, I'll allow it. Suzanne, you comfort her as best you can, and it's clear she's frustrated and annoyed and trying to say something. She repeats my friends, your friends. Anybody who would like to give me a perception check one more time.
Oh boy.
The whole crew. Gideon. You're pretty good at reading body language. She is tensing up. She is frustrated, but more importantly, you notice that when she repeats the phrase, my friends, your friends, she looks at Suzanne to say, my friends, and Ziri to say, your friends.
Worth between the two of them.
Sorry, what'd you say? Because I could not hear that.
I said I'm just looking back and forth between the two of you.
Can I throw out one of these? I don't know if it makes sense to do, but hold on. I don't know how to. And then do a seek. See if there's anything else in here.
Okay. Go ahead and give me another perception check then. You're not finding anything that's like It's weird. Your danger senses aren't on edge. You've kind of really had to throw yourself into danger a lot, Ziri, so you kind of get that sixth sense feeling when things aren't right. Things aren't right here, but there's no immediate danger. There's no hidden creatures or invisible things around you that you can tell. You see and perceive 5 creatures in this room. Your 4 party members and Doriana.
Didn't we already know she was cursed?
Yeah. I have the ruby again in my hand too, but I keep getting the ruby and it keeps ending up in Griffin, which I think I told you guys already.
Well, the only person I know in town who would know anything about curses is currently a couple levels below us in the Godlight.
Hmm.
That or, well, maybe take a trip to the library. But
Yeah, just to double check, sorry, she was saying my friends when looking at Cezanne and your friends when looking at me, right?
Yep.
Okay.
yeah, I'll point out as much to them, but I have no clue what it means.
Doriana? I don't mean to push. You kind of looked at me initially like you knew me. Have we met somewhere before?
She shakes her head.
Must have been mistaken.
She cries harder, then shakes her head again.
Oh no, it's fine. It's fine.
No. My friends.
Yuri's gonna kind of look at Cezanne with a frustrated, pleading look before looking back to Doriana. Is there anything we can do to help Doriana?
She's crying. Her brow is furrowed, sitting on her bed. She pantomimes putting the sending stone under a pillow, laying down again.
You want us to bring hold on, I'm spacing. Tobias?
She thinks for a minute. Your friends. She suddenly gets an idea. Recognition crosses her face. Gideon, she looks at you. This is a small child that is now determined.
No. Hate
Gideon,
those.
she lunges at you.
Hate that.
Oh,
Ziri's gonna
okay.
try to kind of catch her as she lunges towards him.
Okay. Give me an athletics check, Ziri.
Oh
Alrighty.
Nope.
Absolutely not. You're tired. You're weak.
He's gonna fall onto her ass instead.
She pushes past Ziri. Gideon, she's coming for you. What do you do? It's a small child, small girl in a nightgown.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hold my arms out real quick.
Okay. Do you catch her?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you give me an athletics check?
Oh no.
Oh boy. Do I still have the entire 4 stacks of enfeebled?
You sure do.
Mhm.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Godspeed, little child.
God.
Gideon! You hold out your
Yes.
arms. And you watch as she
Don't clothesline the child.
ducks under your arms and grabs a dagger.
Oh boy. What you gonna do with that?
And immediately stabs straight through her left hand. It's a lot of blood. She drops the dagger and cries even harder. Your friends. Actions, anybody?
Yeah, I'm gonna move
Yeah.
to healer immediately.
Okay. Sazan, you go to healer?
Yes.
Okay. She lunges at you.
Ugh.
Okay,
Are you
I'm gonna
stopping
try
her?
and take the dagger from her,
She dropped
if
it.
nothing else.
Just immediately
Okay.
dropped it.
Siri's gonna once again try to get up and
Okay.
kind of restrain her or
I'm
whatever.
gonna restrain the child.
Give me an
Yeah.
athletics check.
For now, I'm gonna attempt to complete the healing
Are
check.
you resisting her lunging at you?
What could she possibly do?
Very well. Sazan, you go to healer and you watch. God damn, Siri. Siri,
Don't
it's
worry, I
like
got
you're
this.
moving in slow motion. I will say, Sazan, you move to healer and she lunges and puts the bloody hand on your chest just before Gideon grabs her by the waist and just picks her up like a sack of potatoes. She screams bloody murder. My friends, my friends, my friends, my friends. She is flicking her blood at Sazan right now.
Zan, I think you should get out of the room, maybe.
Yeah. I will try and back out without disturbing her any further.
Okay. Joseph storms into the room as you leave. What is happening?
I'm sorry. It was me. I came here to check on
My
Doriana.
daughter bleeding.
What is she doing now? Is she still struggling, or?
She is watching Sazan leave and screaming bloody murder, trying to get free from Gideon.
Gideon, let her go. I don't know, she had some sort of episode and grabbed one of Gideon's knives and she stabbed herself in the hand.
I'm sorry, did you just say let her go?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, is Sazan out of the room?
Sazan, did you leave the room?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, yes, let her
She
go.
peels out after Sazan.
He's gonna shout
Sazan,
Sazan.
Doriana,
Sazan,
can I see her?
Are you like leaving the manor? Or are you? What are you doing?
I
Did
had
you just
stepped
leave the
outside
room?
of the room.
Oh, okay. No, she's immediately lunging at you again with that bloody hand.
Doriana, please.
She's wiping blood all over you. Joseph runs up and grabs her from behind.
Siri's gonna kind of tug on the other two and walk towards the door.
Wes doesn't need to be told twice. He will pick up the dagger and follow.
Okay. You follow.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was one of mine, so I would like that back as soon as. I just really hope it wasn't the poisonous dagger she pulled.
It was not.
Ziri's gonna
By
gesture for the others to exit the manor, but kind of pause by Joseph.
She's kicking and screaming in his arms.
I'm sorry.
I think you should leave. I don't know what's happened.
We'll go. It was my fault. Please don't be upset at them. I was just worried about her. We'll speak soon. She kind of turns away and hustles out behind the others.
Okay. You each leave the manor?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Some of the guards are now moving to the bedroom, and the manor is kind of coming alive with activity now as you each hear Doriana's frustrated screams fading into the distance, screaming over and over, "My friends, my friends, my friends."
I think we should try to head to the prison and talk to Tobias. I don't know if it'll help, but kind of lost on what else to do right now.
You also still have that dagger. I don't know if it has any use, but
Yeah, it's one of my daggers.
Okay, so we should probably tell you guys what's going on here.
I would like to know.
You can talk while you walk. Let's go, prison.
Let's go to prison.
I'm not enjoying the night.
But yeah, I'm gonna let him talk for a moment because I gotta go
Yes.
grab something BRB.
Ziri woke me up to the sending stone. And oddly enough, we were hearing what we both agreed sounded like my voice on the other end. But that shouldn't be possible.
So, you had like a parrot on the other end, or?
I mean, there wouldn't be a magic way of doing it without affecting the sending stone. There wasn't anyone in the room when we got there, but up until we got to the room, we were still hearing it.
So you had like a parrot on the other end.
I think we would have seen a parrot had we opened the door and it had been there. I don't know what's going on.
So either she's a very talented ventriloquist all of a sudden, or someone else has come to visit and left as soon as we've shown up.
The voice was giving a prayer of some sort, but not one I knew. Seemed to be a prayer of sacrifice of some matter.
You each arrive at the prison.
So Ziri was concerned and we ran down to check on it. And, well, you know the rest.
Yeah, I unfortunately do.
Very well. You each assumedly look for Tavius.
Yep.
Very well. He's back in his cell.
Ziri is going to approach the cell and explain what happened to Tobias.
As you approach, everyone joining Ziri.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He immediately looks at you, Sazan, and kind of chuckles and goes, "You got red on you."
Oh,
You won't believe whose
Yes.
it is.
Yeah.
not the way I would have introduced that, but Ziri, would you like to explain what happened?
Smart ass, sorry, I don't know what to tell you.
Yes, I will explain.
I like your new look, priest. It's like your what you call them guys up in the city? He pantomime strumming a guitar with the sun sword.
A bard?
Yeah, one of them motley bards. And all the purples and the reds and the blues.
Oh.
What so what happened? How do you get all red?
Yuri is going to explain the situation starting from the top, where they heard the voice in the sending stone. They went to the manor. Oriana freaked out, and
Are you including the fact that she stabbed herself?
yes,
Okay.
that's how he got all red.
Okay. Octavius grips the iron bars and they start to bend as he begins to leave the cell.
Obvious. Wait, where are you? What are you doing?
Door.
I'm going to see Doriana.
Hold on before you go there.
Also, I fucking hate my
What?
life. I hate Tavius. Anyway.
Because you roll 36 on that. That had to be a 19, because it wasn't a crit, but it was.
It is a crit.
Had to have been close.
It could have been a crit.
It
No.
is a crit.
I know. Oh, it was a crit outright. Okay. It shows one.
Because why would he roll anything but a crit? Come on. When you can just choose to crit everything, why would you
It
not
wasn't a
just
nat
crit
20.
everything?
But it was the crit.
No, it was a nat 20.
Yeah, Strain
Oh my
hatched
God.
the Nat 20 issue long ago.
Anyway. Dear, you stop him.
You're muted.
Yes, I'm going to try to.
Okay. He is clearly distressed.
Listen, we're all upset, but rushing over there right now isn't going to fix the issue.
Then what does?
I don't know. That's what we're trying to figure out. You remember when I came, was it this morning or was it the morning before? I can't keep track of
It's
time.
this morning.
This morning, when I came to you about the sending stones,
Yeah.
and I told you, she kept saying that you and Esmeralda used to talk a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she started saying something about my friends, your friends, and she kept pantomiming putting the sending stone under her pillow and laying down, and this happened when Cezanne came into the room. And, wait, did Ziri notice that she was looking at either of them, or did
Gideon
I
called
get-
it out.
Gideon
told us
said
that,
okay,
yes.
he did say something, okay. And she seemed to be looking at Cezanne specifically when she said my friends, and me specifically when she said your friends. And then when she had that outburst, she just kept repeating my friends and trying to attack Cezanne. You have any idea what any of this could mean?
Wait, my friends. I thought the neighborhood kids ate her.
Yeah, but she does have one friend.
He looks a little smug and smirk and hikes a thumb up to his chest.
Well, I kind of have a feeling that she wasn't
friends.
talking about herself.
Nor was she talking about Tobias.
She could be talking about me.
Could be. But
I mean,
I don't think that would lead to her covering her friend in blood. Wouldn't you
Tavius
say
is clearly
He
confused.
looked like when he first came in covered in blood.
Them little bard guys.
Yeah, what'd you call him specifically? A motley bard?
Yeah.
That remind you of anyone?
Like a bard? Like a
Some
jester,
kind of motley
like
man?
a clown, like a...
Okay, focus. So, if Doriana doesn't have any friends,
Everybody shut the fuck up.
You know what? I'll just let everyone else take this one. It's fine.
Lightheaded.
Are you okay, Stray?
Do you want me to try and just pull this one forward? I think she was referring to the motley man.
Breathe.
yes.
No, I have to call
How-
out Como going, this is the answer, and all of you going, I don't know. God. Anyway. Sorry to ruin the super dramatic moment, but... God, the
I thought
no
we
sell!
We already knew that. The whole thing has to do with the Motley Man, though. But what friends is she talking? How is it connected to us?
So, Gideon.
Yes.
The Motley Man?
The motley man. Do you know the motley man?
I don't. Is that a
Hey.
rhetorical question?
No.
Oh.
Don't know if I like where this is going.
Because, nobody else was answering, I didn't... Thought we were, kind of group, what they call it, a team huddle. I thought we were,
This is completely out of Wesk's element.
So, her friend, the Motley Man? Is that what you're thinking?
That's what I'm thinking.
Connected
And
to Ziri's friend?
Ziri's friends. Keep in mind, people keep seeing Ziri as a form of Belcora. I don't even want to know who that friend is.
So why was she going after me? Why did we hear my voice?
No, it doesn't make any sense.
I don't know, maybe it's connected to why people keep being scared of you.
why would people be scared of him?
That's a very good question, Sazan. I'll let you know when we find an answer.
I don't know, but we ran into an imp in...
And the imp is understandable, but there was also Lazda.
Basla.
Oh, yeah, I heard you guys dug him out.
Yeah, and then he developed a sudden fear of Cezanne.
He looks over Cezanne again, seemingly with a little bit more respect. Huh. What's your secret, priest?
I couldn't tell you.
He gives you a
I'm
gentle
baffled as well.
punch on the shoulder. You take 1 damage.
I'd say you should roll for it, but then he'd crit and do like 10 damage.
Yes. Do you want me to crit?
So, am I reaching too much here? Do we think the voice we were hearing was the Motley Man?
Closest I can get. It would explain why things are afraid of you. It would explain why something's using your voice. It would explain why she was looking at you, referring to her friends.
I don't want to interrupt, but you guys keep saying Motley Man, and it's like it's losing its meaning to me.
Yeah. Yeah, I was kind of hoping you would know something about that name.
How would I know something about that?
I mean,
Just because I'm part of the Thieves Guild and a criminal doesn't
What?
mean I know everything about That's fucked up of you. I'm trying to turn my life around.
Honestly, I don't know what connection there is between the Motley Man and the Criminals Guild, so do go on.
Siri's gonna kind of sigh. I mean, it would make as much sense as anything, since she says that's who tends to be with her at night when she's having nightmares. And it certainly wasn't Cezanne because he was in the room with us, so there's no way it could have actually been him.
Yeah.
Had to have been some sort of spell or some sort of method
Again,
of impersonating him.
It couldn't have been a spell, or else we wouldn't have been able to hear through the stone.
Yeah, it's true.
And the other question...
So wait, if it can't be a spell, then it's gotta be him.
But it couldn't have been. I mean, I was right next to him listening to it, and he was asleep in bed.
You guys got an evil twin, then.
She's gonna kind of curiously glance at Suzanne. Is there any chance you have a twin you haven't told us about?
Oh, just my younger brother, but that's... We're not twins.
Does he sound like you?
How younger are we talking?
Does he sound like you?
Does he sound like a bitch?
Look, it wasn't my brother. We're not in the right region, and it doesn't make sense.
And something stealing your appearance.
And my voice, evidently.
So what,
Do
you said
I
they got
know
like a-
anything about Sorry. Do I know anything about something that could do that? That could imitate a person's voice and appearance? Besides, like, the very obvious that we all know about. Which
What
is
is the obvious?
changelings? They can do that, right?
I don't think most people know changelings exist.
Oh.
Go ahead and give me a society or a cult check.
Oh, definitely a cult.
Can I roll the society?
Sure. God, silly, you're fucking.
You know what? I'm gonna hero point it. I'm gonna hero point it.
Wow. All right.
Unfortunately, that's not gonna. Wow. All right, just shit all over her best
Yeah,
skill.
fuck me, I guess. Whatever.
Yo, that's fucked up, guys.
One of
No,
my
both
best
of the people
skills.
who were untrained just trash all over the people who are actually trained in
I
things.
can see I'm not needed here, so I'll just head on out.
Wait, I'm not untrained. It is one of
We're
my
both
better
trained in-
skills.
Suzanne's trained in occultism and I'm trained in society.
Oh, you're right.
There's a lot of ways to mimic somebody's voice.
A lot of ways that don't require magic.
Most notably, there are doppelgangers. Doppelgangers would not need magic to change their form and steal your voice and sound exactly like you.
I'll voice all of this.
What else do you know about doppelgangers?
Okay. They're
Do they
oftentimes secretive,
cause the issues?
paranoid. They lay deep-seated plans for years and assume the guises of mostly influential people to set people up to take the fall for the consequences of any of their actions. You're not sure how or why Doriana's curse would involve a doppelganger, especially since it seems like she's not even allowed to talk about the curse.
Are you making that known?
Yeah.
Sounds like to me the only reason they would do it then in that case is to frame you.
Except you didn't see a doppelganger in the room, and you would have heard a
That's-
spell go off.
Right. The voice stopped the moment we got to the room. We're looking at a closed room scenario here. Nothing could have easily gotten out. Doppelganger is a physical being.
What if it never left?
Don't give me the closed room scenario.
You mean like it hid in there the whole time we were there?
Would it have been possible?
What would it have been possible?
Give me an Arcana check, anyone. I will
You know
also
what?
allow
Sure,
one
something's
more
gotta hit.
occult check from everyone.
I mean,
What's
I
his
literally
doctrine?
crit the last occult
I'm
check. I don't know if I
aware.
could do any better.
Siri,
Yeah.
what if the creature was never in the room to begin with? The thought occurs to you that the voice could be broadcasted naturally without using spells.
Shit. She's gonna kind of just walk out. Back towards the manor.
Siri?
You guys stay here. I'll follow her.
Okay.
Should I wait? Are we going? What are we doing?
I'm going to the manor.
That was Tavius.
Oh, that was
Um,
obvious. Sorry.
Are we moving out?
They
know what?
are.
Sure.
What are we not?
Are we going, Gideon?
Wesk was worried that everyone coming back would create a scene, but
Way too late now.
I mean, yeah, it's on you guys if you want to join, I guess. I don't want to deny you guys the chance to if you want to.
Heads back to the manor. Tavius follows.
Oh god.
If
Oh,
they're
this is
all
gonna be
here,
fun.
are they close enough for me to see them all following?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. When we get to the front, I'm going to stop and tell them to wait.
The guard
Wait
looks very
here.
confused.
Okay.
We don't need to cause her get all upset again if we can help it. I just have to grab something.
If things go wrong, shout for us and we'll be there.
I
As
think
quick
if
as we
things
can.
go wrong, you'll hear it based on last experience, but
Yeah, that's fair.
The guard
Alright.
looks very worried now at all this commotion, and is there a is because I've got like a family. Should I leave?
No, it's
You know what? We'll take
It'll
over
be
for like
alright.
the next 20 minutes, give take.
Siri's
I'll just be
gonna
here.
try to head towards Doriana's room.
Okay. You head to Doriana's room where Joseph is still sort of holding his daughter, petting her head, trying to get her to go back to sleep. Her hand is now wrapped. He shoots you an accusatory glare as you enter the doorway.
Listen,
He
Mr.
holds a finger up to his
Manhattan.
lips.
Siri's gonna walk over to the bed and kneel down and reach under it and try to retrieve the sending stone.
It's there.
Just gonna just softly mutter again. Sorry again. Just turn and leave if they let her.
Joseph slips free from cradling his daughter's head before following you out to the hall. What are you doing with that? What is that?
This is a sending stone.
Esmeralda's a damn stone.
Listen, this is why we came here to begin with tonight. And she's gonna kind of give him a brief summary of how they heard Suzanne's voice. They came looking, blah blah. But I realize that maybe whatever's communicating with Doriana is communicating with her through this.
The sending stone?
Yeah, and I know it doesn't make much sense, but it's worth trying. I don't know what else to do to help her.
Fine.
Kind of
take it
grasping
now.
at straws.
I don't care.
Alright. Well, I'm sorry again. Try to get some rest, Mr. Manhattan. We'll be in touch.
He walks you to the door. No, I shouldn't have snapped. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's understandable. You're exhausted.
We're all exhausted, but there's no excuse. I should do better. He
She's
opens
gonna
the door and notices
smile at
Tavius.
God.
Tavius steps behind you, Suzanne, even though he's much larger and bigger than you.
Would have been funnier if he did behind Whis.
He was worried about Doriana. We'll take him back to the prison now. Right? She's gonna kind of look at the rest of them.
He sighs,
Gideon nods.
shakes his head, and then looks at you, Suzanne.
Yes.
One moment. He steps back inside of the house. What are the rest of you doing?
You should probably take Tobias back.
Yeah. Think you're gonna be able to bend those bars back into place?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can do whatever.
Fair enough. Just
I'm gonna look at Zero real quick.
That's-
Give him some assurance that she's alright for right now. Oh, he nuts.
Fine.
I was asking you to just give Tobias some quick assurance that she's alright.
Sorry. Yes, she's much better now. She seems to have calmed down and going to sleep.
I'm glad to hear it then.
I think we should all do the same.
I agree.
Tavius.
He is fast at scuttling.
Is anyone joining Tavius to make sure he goes back?
I mean, I kind of trust him to do that, but I will start heading back anyway. Actually, Son, do you want this light for the remainder of the evening? I'm going straight to bed.
Don't worry, I can recast it.
Okay, cool. Because I already have another light.
Very well. Wes, what are you doing?
I'm just gonna follow Gideon back.
Very well. Suzanne, Zero, you both hang around.
Take the shortcut through town.
Straight back to the Rowdy Rockfish.
Well, he asked me to wait for a moment, so I'm gonna wait.
Very well.
But I'm gonna give myself some light.
I guess I'll wait with him.
Okay. Wishy-washy.
I forgot that he was waiting.
Very well. Joseph comes out looking a little bit rattled. He has a slip of paper in his hand.
Everything alright?
He quietly shoves the paper into your hand, Ziri. It crinkles slightly to the touch.
What is it?
It's a, well, just open.
She will do as instructed.
It's apparently a drawing from Doriana. Pictures Tavius and Esmeralda holding hands and smiling. Pictures her dad standing on top of their big manor. And it pictures Doriana holding hands with a small figure beside of her. Tall, lanky, skinny, wearing a mixture of blues and reds, purples. It's got a mop of brown hair. It's wearing a skull mask.
Sorry, I'm making a note. When did she draw this?
When it first began, she was talking about her adventures with the Motley Man.
Can I see this drawing at all? From how they're looking at it?
If Ziri notices you looking at it, she'll just kind of hand it over once she's done looking at it.
Okay.
I'll take a look at it as well.
It's a drawing of big muscular Tavius holding hands with Esmeralda, big smile on her face, long black braided hair. The Minhem's Manor, where her dad is standing on top of it looking very proud, and beside of it is a small Doriana, braided hair, and a tall lanky man is standing beside of her wearing a skull mask covered in scribbles of blue, reds, and purples all mixed together, wearing a skull mask and having a mop of brown, messy hair.
Upon noticing that, I'll say Cezanne loses his grip on the paper for a moment.
Okay.
Is everything okay?
That... seen that before.
You know what? She'll kind of try to take it back if he lets her.
You pick the paper up off the floor, brush some debris and dirt off of it.
Oh, that... I'll gesture to the depiction of the unnamed man on the photo.
You've seen a drawing of it before?
No. I've seen a reflection.
She's gonna kind of look at it again. A reflection? Just gonna think. Was it when we were in one of the rooms?
Yes. Every time we've been in those rooms.
You see this man.
That was
Yes.
Cezanne.
No?
You see a reflection of yourself wearing
Well-
a skull mask.
Sort of?
I mean, sort of.
What? One of my reflections. It's wearing that mask.
Gonna look back at the drawing, kind of squinting at the mop of brown hair on the drawing, looking up at Zazan, squinting at his mop of brown hair.
Tall, lanky.
I think it's just like the voice. It's you that she's been seeing. Or, well, something that looks like you.
I have to get to the bottom of this.
He's gonna take an imperceptible lean step away from Sazan. Just shift her weight onto the other foot and kind of put another centimeter between them. Yes, I agree. We need to figure out what's going on.
Joseph is staring at you awful hard, Sazan.
Thank you for this. We should be heading out now. We need rest before we get back to it.
Yeah,
Just gonna kind of.
I suggest you rest up.
A nod and step past Cezanne before kind of glancing to see if he's following.
I will follow along.
Okay. Joseph stands in the gateway of his manor, watching you each disappear over the hill. Back to the Rowdy Rockfish we go. Gideon West, what are you two doing?
As soon as we got back in, Wes would like literally rub his eyes. About what time is it?
It's almost 1 a.m.
I'm taking the armor back off and going to bed. I plan to be out by the time they get back.
Gideon,
They
this
can wake
whole
me up
thing
if they
has been
have
a
to.
fucking wash.
Great. We learned about the Motley Man. It's fantastic. Everything I ever wanted.
Wes is going to grab a rag and wipe his face off before crawling back into bed.
Fair enough. Sirius is on. You march through the streets in silence? Question mark.
Theory will stay quiet unless Cezanne says something.
Unfortunately, it's not quiet, Ziri. You still hear the whispering in your head.
Is it coming from the stone again?
No. It's coming from the book.
Well, she will walk in the quiet whispers unless Cezanne says something.
Do you say anything, Suzanne?
No, so I'll stay quiet.
You each arrive at the Rowdy Rockfish and assumedly sleep.
Yes.
Yeah, clear head.
Two things. I had snatched the ruby earlier. I don't know if that mattered or if you wanted to put it in my inventory again.
It will be gone by morning.
Understandable. And do I have a physical thing of the painting, or should I just, or the drawing, or should I just keep a note of that?
The painting. What painting?
The drawing that I just got from
Oh.
Doriana.
You can just say
Keep
that
a
you
note?
have Doriana's drawing.
Okay, cool. Carry on.
Very well.
Should we long rest?
Yep. Go ahead and long rest.
Did our chat get cleared?
Yep.
Yeah, it keeps clearing.
Discovered that chat is actually a huge reason that the game lags and takes
That
forever to load.
Makes sense.
given how long it goes.
Yep. Here you awake to find that some of the whispers have quieted down, but you still, every now and then, it's like a buzzing in your ear about every 20 or so seconds. What's everyone doing this fine morning at 8 a.m.?
This is the most normal our sleep schedule has been in literally months.
I would like to figure out if there's a way to seek assistance with my stupefaction.
I feel like Raver would be your best bet then.
You can clear it at the Dawnflower Library. We've done that before.
Oh, yeah.
I would like to go to the Dawn. Well, I would like to get coffee, and then I'd like to go to the Dawnflower Library.
The voices
Right,
in my
alright.
head can wait, says Siri.
Literally me IRL.
I've never felt so immersed.
Honestly, I couldn't tell you the difference between the two right now. I feel like
What did they read?
Zilly actually started telling me one morning, I think I'm hearing voices. She would stop me for coffee before we went to a hospital.
Absolutely. I don't know if they're letting me back out for coffee after that, so
Very well, I'll say
getting an extra large.
you each spend about 30 minutes getting ready, having breakfast. Ziri, you head to the Dawnflower.
Yes.
This is on Are You Accompanying?
Sure.
You don't have to, but I'm just asking.
I will.
Very well.
Sorry, I'm trying to do my spells in the background.
Understandable. Oh shoot, I gotta swap my things. I forgot. Can I do that?
You
Mages.
may. You may. Gideon West, what are you doing?
We need to make some money.
I guess,
Or I
few
guess-
things I could peddle.
I found some, but I'm gonna need your help moving it all into the market to sell.
Yes, we're going to market then.
We're swinging by the Crook's Nook first.
I-
You'll see when you
Yeah,
get there.
alright.
Very well. While the mages take about 30 minutes to walk 10 feet because they're fixing spells. Gideon West, what do you do?
I'm gonna lead him back to the room that had the stuff in it that I couldn't grab.
Okay. You just scooping literally everything in?
Try and sell what we can, right? Wesk will say, looking at it to Gideon.
Put it in the bag.
Wow. I will put it in the bag, Gideon.
Can I also get my dagger back?
Yeah.
I'm asking Wesk, he has it.
Yeah,
I can
Wesk
just
will,
increment the counter for it.
Wesk will hand it back to Gideon. Notably, Wesk never cleaned it off.
Are you just scooping everything in there, Gideon?
In the bag of holding, sure. It's already a mess in there.
Arm down on the desk. Scrape it across the top.
All not going into the bag of holding. I will reorganize.
Yeah, I can't just
Oh god!
put it in the bag of holding.
Jesus Christ.
Alright, that's all of it. All 25 bulk of it.
Oh, it's more than that. I've just already moved some of it.
I know how to
So
kill
this actually
Gideon
nice.
instantly now by just severing the bag of holding and watching him explode into confetti.
I mean, severing a bag of holding is already a pretty good way to do that anyway, but... Hold up, before we go any further, there's no bag of holdings in here, right?
No.
That's good.
We have
you
up to
don't care to
third
explore the
level
astral
spells,
plane?
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Gideon West, I need you each to give me a society check.
Hold up while I do 10 years of inventory management.
It has to look good.
That's not true
It's
at
gotta
all.
be in the bag. Do you know how hard it is when you have this much shit?
As Fear once lovingly put it. Up the fuck shut in the bag.
That's about right.
I don't know. Wesk, you're beginning to think about your thoughts of payday. I assume you're going to try to find a buyer for all these?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a
You didn't
shame
want
that...
one of these waterproof cases, or? Because I feel like that would have a use for you.
Wesk, you're counting your payday as you think it's a real shame that Esmeralda didn't take most of this with her. It would have probably fetched a pretty penny in Ceylondia, you know, because you have to smuggle out all the goods and then sell them on a black market. Hey, wait a minute.
Wait a minute. We got some of this. Wesk is basically going to stop as, like, in the middle of the bridge as Gideon keeps walking and go, fuck.
Yeah.
It's all black market.
Yeah.
A squall sigh, hanging his head, and just slowly turn around to head back to the rockfish.
I've still got stuff that we could sell. A lot of stuff.
I guess it's better than nothing. Why don't you take the lead on it, though? I haven't had the best interactions in the market lately.
I would say your last one went pretty damn well, but Gideon knows nothing about that.
You heard about that. You bullied the guy.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Then I'll just say the last one went pretty damn well.
Mages.
Mages.
Spells.
Spells are good.
Hmm?
Have you picked your spells and apparitions for the day, Zeal?
Mm-mm.
Come back to you.
I'm working on it.
Otari Market. Gideon West, what are you two doing?
I'm gonna look for somebody to peddle a few wares.
What are you trying to sell? And what are you boying?
Don't know about buying. Honestly, I didn't know if we'd be doing a shopping thing today, but I do know I want to sell probably the mace. Definitely the rune stone. Because I don't think anyone has any need for a lesser striking rune right now. I could hang on to the smoking sword, but there's not really much of a point right now. Everything is already in the sunblade and then some.
Yeah, offload what we can, because I'm hopefully looking to pick up some elemental ammo. That's what we get.
Very well. I'll allow you to sell any item that is item level 4 or below instantly for half its gold. Anything more than that, we're going to have to haggle.
4 or below. Cool. That's the mace. Just delete and add gold accordingly.
Yeah. For half its gold value.
Gotcha. That's 50. I see. All of the black market goods are capped at like 3 to 6 gold. Oily button. I actually want to keep that in my inventory. Stone, I'll give her that for 40.
And any uncommon items you cannot sell here.
Fortunately, the smoking sword is not an uncommon item, so I guess that goes too. Been a good friend.
Couldn't be me, bro. I didn't sell my fucking starter sword forever.
Wasn't my starter sword.
That's fair.
Just found it in the godlight.
No, you
It was
didn't.
a
You
good
found.
sword.
You found it
Didn't you
underneath
find
Otari.
it? Yeah.
Ah, that's
You
correct.
found it, in fact, over in the fishery.
Yeah, that is true. Wow, that was in this fucking starter dungeon, huh?
Mm-hmm. It's a real good sword.
It is a real good sword, especially for level 1.
The end of an era. Silly, how's them spells?
They sure are spell-like. I think I'm almost there.
Very well.
I'm hanging on to the hatchet.
I mean, we aren't fighting at this exact moment, so you don't have to wait on me. I'm working on it, though.
Well, you're involved in the next scene, so I didn't want you too distracted.
Ah, it's okay. I can take a moment.
Ziri and Cezanne begin to replicate the tortoise and Achilles problem, where they constantly approach the Dawnflower, but don't quite get there yet.
Welcome to liminal mathematics. The distance divides by 2 every time, but never quite approaches 0.
I thought it approaches 0, but never arrives at 0.
You're correct. I thought about it as soon as I said it.
Come on, man.
It
I'm
approaches
good at
0, it
math.
just never hits it.
Wesk, what are you
Congrats
selling?
on your calculus.
What are you buying? I need
I'm
a
hoping
soundboard for
to buy some elemental ammunition, or at least a cold iron blanch.
elemental?
A couple of them at least.
Very well. I would say you are able to buy lesser elemental ammunition. Moderate ammunition is not gonna be sold here.
Can I get lesser cold iron blanches as well?
That's a good question. You can as well.
Okay. How much gold did we get off of that, Gideon?
In total,
Mhm.
130-ish.
On the cold iron blanches on Archives of Nethys, I still can't find elemental ammo.
Or do you want me to link them, or are you just trying to buy them?
Both. I'd like to see them, but I plan on purchasing some.
Okay. Then I will put one of each in your inventory, West.
Thank you.
You may find them in your consumables, I believe, and you can read over them. Decide how many you would like to buy, then spend that amount of gold and adjust your quantity as needed.
Gideon, can I get another 30 gold?
How much?
30 gold from the pile.
Yeah, sure.
A question. Are undead and incorporeal things resistant to spirit damage?
I think spirit damage is the new damage type. Spirit
what,
damage is explicitly to kill incorporeal things, I believe. Let me double check, cause...
Add 30 gold.
Spirit damage is what my Divine Lance
Yeah.
does.
Okay, so spirit damage is just holy or unholy? Or...
Well, I'm gonna use that 30 to get 3 cold iron blanches.
Cool. I'm just removing 30 gold.
And I'm gonna use my other 30 to get, I'm gonna do 10, elemental electricity. Sound good, Straight?
Say again, I'm doing a lot right now.
Good. I'm getting 10 elemental, electricity and 3 cold iron blanches.
That's perfectly fine, just make sure to mark that down.
I am.
Very well.
There's a rune I would like, but it's level 6, and I don't think I'd be able to grab it here.
Correct. Anything above level 4, Otari is too small for.
Yep.
Yeah, it looks like spirit damage just causes damage to creatures with spirits. Does that answer your question, sir?
Oh, sorry, yes, they specifically damage spirits, you said? Spirit
Yes.
damage does? Okay. Thank you.
Elsewhere at the Dawnflower Library. Vandy Banderdash welcomes the two mages from about 5 feet from the entrance, where they seem to be walking in place now, barely moving.
Good morning.
Morning, you two. Siri, you look like
Yeah.
shit again.
I feel like shit again. Is there any chance you could help me with the thing? She's gonna point at her head.
Blinks at you. I could say something really mean right now, but I won't because we're friends.
She's gonna nod distantly.
Do you have the offering so that I can pay for my material components?
The what?
7 gold.
Oh, yeah. Here. She'll hand it over.
She takes it and begins to step back into the library, where she returns before too long and begins to cast a restoration spell upon you, Siri. You watch as the warm light of a midday sun begins to envelop your body, and you realize that you are cleansed.
You're
The voices are
feeling better
completely
now?
gone.
I'm gonna kind of shake her head and stick a pinky in her ear and squint. Yeah, that's better. Thank you.
No problem at all. Is there anything that I can do to help?
Um. You don't have. Wait, I can't remember. Have we spoken to her specifically about the Motley Man? Or asked her about the Motley Man? Can't remember who I all asked so far.
For the sake of brevity, we'll say no.
What?
We'll say
Yeah,
no.
you cut out.
We'll say no? Okay. Um. We'll say no, I haven't asked her.
Correct.
Okay. I guess before we leave, there's a couple questions. I mean, there's a lot of books here, so I figure it couldn't hurt to ask. You've never heard of something called the Motley Man, have you?
She looks at you a little confused. No, not that I know.
Alright. Well, again, I appreciate it. Is there anything else you needed here, Suzanne?
No, I just wanted to make sure you made it here all right.
Thanks. Just gonna kind of give a nod and head out then, I suppose.
Okay. You each head out, assumingly regrouping with the guys.
Yeah.
Anyway. You guys aren't at the Rowdy Rockfish, so you go to the markets, where you find them haggling over goods.
Hey.
Hmm.
They were able to help Siri, so she's doing a lot better.
That's good.
Goodbye, come on.
Very well then. We sold a few things off.
Well, I suppose we should probably hurry and get back to the gauntlet before we waste any more time. Unless anybody else needs to do something.
There's a rune I'd like to find, but I don't think I can find it here. Unfortunately.
Well, we have that. We could send a runner over to the other town.
Yeah,
Didn't
that'd
we
be
get
an
a
option. We
whole
could drop
service
them
from
there.
the mayor regarding that?
I feel like we did.
I thought we did too.
Yeah.
Do you want to do that?
I'm
Sure.
ready.
I don't remember exactly what it costs.
What rune are you trying for?
I'm looking for a shifting rune.
In room is 225 gold according to the website.
Yep.
Very well. You each head to Galantine Deliveries in the hopes of procuring a shifting room for the next day.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get a drink.
The rider, a former Estalon Ranger, begins to explain that it will take her a full 24 hours to come back with that rune, but that she will seek out to buy it from Bakshish should you give her the money.
Yep, I can do that.
Do you have that much gold?
I do.
Very well. Mark off.
Wow.
I sold a lot of stuff, my dude.
Sazan living off of crumbs over here. Very well. Mark off. How much was it? 215?
225.
225. I was damn close.
You were close.
Mark
I
off.
will mark off 225.
225.
And I'm broke.
She hefts the gold bag, kind of a little impressed, before tucking it safely into her pack. Hopping on, she asks the rest of you if you need anything while she's here.
Oh, I'm fine for the time being.
No, nothing for me.
Very well. She grabs the reins of her horse, hops on, and she leaves. The shifting rune will be here in 24 hours.
Now we can get going. Also, I'm gonna have to do something about battle medicine immunity. Mine wears off much faster now.
The what?
Battle medicine immunity. It only lasts an hour for me now.
Yeah.
That was the entire purpose of taking Godless Healing.
Very well.
Not for the HP values, but for the wounded.
What are we doing?
Heading back.
Heading back where?
The hell?
To floor 5.
Floor 5.
I think hell's still a couple floors lower.
You are correct.
I mean,
I thought we
there
had
are a lot
entered
of
the
demons
first
down
circle of hell.
No.
Okay.
Hell is a very real place.
there. Yeah, I got the planner chart and everything.
Once again, we will just move you guys back to where you were when you left.
Alright.
You find yourselves,
Sure all my
unfortunately,
stuff's equipped.
back in the Gauntlet.
So here we are again.
It's a little bit quieter than you remember last time, although this, once again, this grand hallway sort of area, this grand concourse, has a alien night sky above it.
I have a drawing of that in my pack.
It would occurs to me. I don't think I've ever seen the Gauntlet without a light spell active on me at all times.
Oh, right. Right. 1 second.
No, you're fine. I just thought it was funny. I've lit the place up pretty decently.
Can I go ahead
Firing
and...
my handiwork.
Yeah, the light spell in the book is still the old one, but can I go ahead and
Yes.
put a light on each person?
Sure. Would you like to customize your RGB at all?
I've been tinkering a little bit with the light spell. Does anyone want any colors?
Oh, like purple light, please.
I'll give Ziria purple.
Oh god, that is bright as fuck.
Dark purple or light
Yeah.
purple, Zuri?
Are so bright. Dark.
I want to see how this looks.
We all look washed out. It's so bright.
It's not heightened, right?
Is it supposed to stack like this?
You're all shining, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that is, in fact, how it's supposed to stack.
There you go.
There's the purple.
Can I get a blue?
Beautiful.
Oh God.
Do you give
It's the little
Gideon a
things that make
blue?
the not light tolerable.
I'll give Gideon like a pale sky blue.
A pale sky blue. Very well.
It's gonna say red, but I feel like that would interfere with the ability to see blood and creatures.
Yeah. Sheds bright light in a 20-foot radius.
Ah, sweet.
And dim light for 20 feet past that.
Ironically, this lets you guys see perfectly everyone's sight lines.
Yeah, kinda.
Yep, it's pretty nice for that, actually.
Very well. We exploring some more with our RGB
Guess so.
gamer keyboards.
RGB gamer priest.
Ah. It's
Alright.
moments like these where you have to just kind of be alright with it as a DM, where we just got done with a 2-hour supernatural session where a little girl stabbed herself, and you guys
gotta have some levity
immediately...
after that,
Yeah.
I think we do pretty well swinging from hardcore roleplay to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Alright.
Alright.
About the same as the other side.
It's about the same as
Why is
the
it
other
green?
Let me tell you about color theory.
Yeah, it's all fucked. Gideon says on, please give me a perception check as you enter. And you
Yes,
as well,
sir.
Yes, Wesk. Don't say sir. Don't make it weird. You wrote like shit. That checks out. Wesk.
Hmm?
You, firstly, immediately ping this is a secret door. As well as that, there are some strange items on here that no longer exist in the world. Oh, sick. I love when my fucking... okay. Now we gotta do this shit.
Wesk is going to first
Look at
point
the
out.
lights outside of the room.
Yeah, Wesk is gonna first point out the that there's like a hook to an invisible door here, but gonna take a closer look at the bag,
Look
or
at the
at the
bag.
unusual objects.
Just in case this happens to be on the furniture, I'm gonna poke the furniture. I learned from last time.
Very well. There are some sort of strange conical object here. 2 of them, in fact.
What would be needed to figure out what these are?
Any of those.
Easy, we give them to Ziri.
Yeah, let's give them to Ziri.
Or that.
Siri.
Ziri, use your
Alright.
I-beams. Oh wait, I can pilot it.
I would like to try to identify the objects.
What you doing? Arcana or occult?
Occult.
Give me an occult check. Very well. You do identify these things. These are bloodseeker beaks. They're essentially elongated, large, giant mosquito needles. Proboscis, whatever you want to call You explained that if you are able to ram one of these into a creature, it will start bleeding profusely.
I'm going to kind of explain this while jabbing one towards Gideon, but pulling away before it actually hits them and looking excited as I discuss how it drains blood.
Are you trying to use it on me?
No, I'm just showing you guys how it works. Jeez. You're welcome for identifying them.
Very well.
Put them in the bag.
The size of this needle is approximately the size of Wesk's kukri. Each of you shudder to think about the size of a mosquito that must be. Put them in the bag. Who's picking them up?
Well, seeing as how I'm here with the bag,
Hop to it, donkey boy.
ironically, we're starting to hit the limits on a low-level hag falling.
The return of bulk with a vengeance.
Yes.
Swing this door open and
Yep.
looks like another
So,
armor.
I imagined. I'm assuming this is taken clean. Alright. Extra
Nothing
door.
that way.
Wes, you want to do the honors? Yes, you do.
God, this fucking multicolored goddamn hallway now.
I'll
Look,
take a
if the
regular
different
light
colors are
house.
bugging you that much.
No, I don't actually care. It's just like...
Honestly, I would have taken a darker blue, but Sazan specified, so we'll go with Sazan's recommendation. It's his light. and
No,
he
why
gets
don't
to
you
use it how
take
he
the lead
wants.
after this, Gideon?
There is a pretty nondescript looking hallway that leads south to a relatively plain looking wooden door, all things considered. It's not heavy iron bars on this door.
That's what made me think you should open it.
Yeah. I don't like the direction we're headed. Ah,
This is a bedroom, Gideon. Behind a secret door.
Hmm.
The only thing really of note here is that there's a thick layer of dust and neglect over this bed. The wood on the wardrobe has been warped with both moisture and time, and there's a large footlocker here. Doesn't seem to be locked, or at least no visible padlock. Other than that, this is a relatively modest looking room.
So that thing in the middle, is it a rug?
It's a rug of smothering.
not again.
Hmm.
So was the secret door through here just like, did it look like a wall on this side? I guess I'm trying to imagine what side the door would be known as a door from. Because it was clearly not visible from the other side. So on this side, is it like also just wall, or is it an actual doorway that you could easily tell it's a door?
There was a hook on the wall as part of a weapon rack on this side of the room. But on this side of the door, it looks like it just hooks. It's like a lever.
Okay. So from the bedroom, it'd be obvious it was there.
Correct.
Huh. Certainly wasn't what I was expecting.
There is a footlocker here.
Gonna poke at it. I'm sorry, you've given me mimics. I'm now poking everything forever.
I mean, that's fair. I would have it no other way. There is some sort of book here, Ziri, and there's also... I know who's going to care about the book. There's also a rather extravagant looking hat. It kind of stands out in all the muck and grime of the gauntlet.
I was just waiting for Ziri to bowl all of us over at the
Yep.
sound at the mention of a book.
Sazan gets out of the way.
I've learned.
Alright. I'm trying to identify him. Am I rolling occult again?
Give me a crafting check.
Crap. Oh no.
Oh yeah. Oh wow.
Siri.
Hmm.
Bad news. You probably don't care.
Wesk might.
Give me a thievery check, Zilly.
Oh boy.
Yes.
Siri gets an armor penalty for thievery. What's she wearing?
An armored cloak.
Ah.
Wesk. You watch as Ziri goes to snatch up the book, and without thinking, she's basically going to destroy the book as you realize in a split second that book is in real bad condition. Would you like to intervene?
Yes, Ziri, stop.
Pull her hand back.
Okay. Do you release the book, Zilly?
Yeah.
Okay.
But what is it?
Clatters to the ground.
Wesk is going to try and dive in to save the book from hitting the ground.
What?
Do you want me to roll acrobatics, or do you say I catch the book?
You just catch it, but I'm not too worried about it.
Okay.
Wesk, give me a thievery check.
Okay, Zeri, it's just very, very old.
Help.
Wesk, you do your absolute best, bud.
Can I try the crafting?
Sure, give me a d4. Ziri, it's awful.
Nice.
You hear the telltale sounds of pages ripping and sticking together from moisture and mildew.
No.
Wesk, you did your absolute best, but some parts of this book are just unusable now as they stick together and rip and fall apart with time and moisture. Some of the pages just disintegrate. Give me a crafting check.
Deflate a little bit.
Well, this was a codex full of poisons. You can still salvage some of it to learn how to make poisons. Some of it.
Wesk will definitely salvage what he can.
Very well. If you know an alchemist, they would be able to craft potent poisons.
About to say, Raven would have been real happy to see that.
His entire campaign.
It's fine, Zeri. It's
Different if he was still a party.
Yep. Yep, it would.
I don't think you're gonna be missing it all that much.
Lost knowledge, silly. Ancient book found behind secret door in the depths of the gauntlet.
Gonna take a deep breath to still herself. It's okay. It happens.
The bright side, it was just poisons. It wasn't occult stuff.
Now I would like to try to identify the headwear.
Very well. Give me your choice. Occult, Turkana, nature, religion. Silly, you're crestfallen. You cannot.
We'll give it a minute and give her another shot. Meanwhile, I'll just look in the drawer over here
Okay.
after poking it.
Poke it. It looks like there are an ensemble of clothing here. Faded, tattered, weathered with time, mildewed a little bit. Give me a society check.
Get good use out of that today.
You're not really paying attention.
Not good use
to
on the rolls, though.
So why do you figure they would hide a bedroom down here?
Guessing somebody
Shrugs.
didn't want to be found?
seems nice enough. I guess somebody lived here once upon a time, and they just wanted a quick route into the front.
There's another door.
Given the poisons, my best guess is head guard or something. What kind of dress did you say was in here?
Gideon probably just didn't pay much attention to it. He's just sorting through looking for loot.
Gotcha.
Siri, go ahead and give me another skill check. Occult again.
Okay.
Siri, this is a hat of greater disguise.
Ooh.
There's a little bit of melancholy to her voice as Ziri holds up a large, wide-brimmed hat with a stark jet black feather emblazoned in the middle of it. He explains that this ordinary-looking hat can just passively cast illusory disguise an infinite number of times.
So, not
Yay.
as good as a book, but, you know.
Oh, it seems quite useful.
Can I borrow it?
It's all yours.
Wes, give
Ooh.
me a society check if you would.
Not doing great in society rolls today.
Cool hat.
No. Cool hat.
Cool hat. I'm gonna turn into West.
Okay.
The hat will be horns.
I mean, it's of the same body shape and roughly similar height.
Big whisk.
So can he turn it into a big
Big
way?
Big kobold. Bald Oregon.
I don't know whether to be flattered or annoyed.
Okay.
Which one of us is the real West?
I'm a little curious what's behind door number 2.
No fun.
Watch as Gideon Wesk removes his horns and turns back into Gideon.
That'll come in handy one day. You'll think.
The day that I'm thanking you is...
Fair.
I know where it goes.
This
We're not going this way.
spirals on down to the east, Gideon.
What's going on?
Anything else? down
Corridor
here?
looks absolutely unused and abandoned for years, Gideon.
Yep. Makes sense.
You are able to tell this was a secret door on this side of the wall.
Great, so it's another path in here. That creature was roughly on the right-hand side, correct?
Last you saw, it's been over 8 hours.
Fair. Can I lightly creak the door open and take a look?
Sure.
Oh, that's loud.
Sure is still there. And your lights sure are shining.
Yeah, but not that far.
No, not that far, indeed. This looks to be, now that you can kind of get a different vantage point on it, these are stands. And not the JoJo kind.
Darn.
This looks to be some sort of coliseum or gladiator hall.
Yeah.
This is a
I have
balcony
gotten that
looking
much
down
already.
into it. A wide walkway circles over the chamber, and then it plummets down about 30 feet down below. Each one of these balconies has a bright torch that is just lit already. There's an enormous metal gong on the east side of the arena. And there are 2 staircases that lead down to the floor below.
I remember knowing what this thing is, but
Do you know what that thing is?
we had discussed it prior with either the imp or
Ah. The imp probably would have told you it's just what they feed everything they don't like to.
Hmm.
You can give me an occult check if you want to, or a religion check,
because I'm good at both of those.
or undead lore, actually.
Ah, that'll work. No, it won't. It was so close to a 22.
Very well. Gideon, you don't know what this thing is. All you know is that they feed things they don't like to it.
Yep.
And it looks, once more, like a just amalgamation of dozens of different creatures in one sinewy, fleshy globule of loose flesh and mass.
At a glance, I'm just going to assume that's the kind of thing that I don't want to go anywhere near.
You note that the Dryger is inside of it now.
The Trider's inside of it? Okay.
Right.
So it's custodial in nature. That also means someone knows that Ryder's dead.
I mean, we did leave the corpse pretty out in the
We did.
open.
Send a
Oh
message.
yeah, I don't have to wait for people in hallways anymore. It's just nice. Alright. Final-ish room. It's locked.
You go to creak this door open, Gideon, and you experience resistance. You
They
push
change the
harder.
silver key opens it?
No, but it's blocked. There's rubble and
Ah,
shit
I see.
behind it. Just doesn't go anywhere. It's inaccessible now. It might have once led somewhere, but
Yeah,
just
this would have been the way in previously. So this must have been the original entrance.
How the hell was this the original entrance?
What would I know about buildup of dirt over time?
Wesk, I'll allow you to give me an engineering check.
Rolling hot tonight.
Gideon, I'll allow you to give me a society check. Or a warfare check.
Warfare is always better. That's an expert.
Are you sure?
Another 2. Lord. I'm glad this has not been a combat-centric day, because we'd all be dead. I want to see the roll averages for today, because there's been a lot of 2s and 4s.
Uninstalled that mod, bud. It was awful.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
Regardless. Yeah, Wesk, you're not entirely sure, but you've got to be at least like 300 feet underground at this point. That'd be a hell of a tunnel.
Yeah.
Gideon, you use common sense and deduce, yeah, this would make an excellent, easy to defend point, and also, you know, it's a security checkpoint. You've seen those before in your life. So you are able to quite easily tell, yeah, that's probably what that is.
Great. So, the ways we haven't explored yet would be this doorway over here.
Which the spirit was behind.
this doorway down here, which the other spirit was behind.
The other spirits were behind.
And then the next floor.
So it's spirits or that laboratory.
Yep.
We could go down the main.
We could just take the staircase, yes.
Didn't we see something really horrifying in the staircase?
Yeah, it was a drider,
A drider.
which we had summarily dispatched. There's probably more, but
Of course, we're doing this again.
I'll take a hop. Let me hop.
I'm not going to let you just ignore walls.
This isn't a wall. That's a suggestion.
You're a suggestion.
I mean, according to some people in here, yes. Yes, I am.
You guys get some wild theories. Hastily scratches out note. But I like FF10. Anyway.
Sure.
One day I should beat FF10 so I know what the heck you're talking about.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
We move down
We moved down.
to the next floor.
Move down.
Because apparently we just no longer wish to do haunts.
Can you blame yourselves?
Not really, no.
No token in the scene which gives you visibility in the area.
Alright, I need to do... Specifically, I need to move these 4 tokens. Because you guys have your custom little lights on.
The RGB.
I'm sorry.
I don't know why you offered. Honestly, it looks really cool, but
Stop moving. Wesk immediately fucking scurrying like some melee.
he's a kobold. What do you want?
Wave dashing.
Well, he has wave dashing. It's one of his class abilities.
As you send down the... Actually, yeah, I guess he does have low scamper and juke and all sorts of shit. He is just melee fox.
Oh god.
Cursed, I hate
Fox
that.
is just melee foxed with a gun.
The spiral staircase continues downward, leveling out long enough to pass by a single door leading east, and double doors leading to the west. More importantly, there are 2 creatures immediately visible on this floor as you round the corner, and behind them is a cloudy window with a stone-like texture you realize that you've seen before. You realize this is the same sorts of stones that were used to spy on the gladiators upstairs.
I can barely hear you over the sound of that ambient environment stuff. Ugh.
I can't.
Windows, same cloudy
Why?
texture downstairs that we previously saw.
We'll try to turn it down a little bit. How about that?
Nope.
I can hear you.
Really?
Alright, it's fine. I can, but I get the impression that it's supposed to be loud.
It's not. I can barely hear it on mine.
Yeah, it shouldn't be very loud at all. I don't know why it's...
I mean, now it's much quieter, yes. Like,
I
much,
see,
much
you just
quieter.
wanted to be
It's
a
just at first it was
contrarian.
loud. Yeah, we'll go with that.
As you descend, however, you spot another one of those worm-like creatures alongside another strange, wet, slimy, mucus-like creature.
Hmm. Wait. Oh.
There's our wormy boy, and here's our slimy boy.
Wormy boy is a knife. Slimy boy is a knife. Don't like those eyes.
Have we seen one of those slimy boys before?
Pretty sure we have.
Yeah. I want to say the answer is yes.
The answer is yes. Notably, they explode upon death. They were begging you to kill them when you first arrived on floor 5, if you recall that fight.
Right.
However, as you descend this stairway, the worm spots you coming down the stairs. And disappears.
Huh.
Before reappearing. It clicks its tongue. Mandibles, sorry. Before addressing you. Sazan, Zira, you can both understand this. It speaks to you telepathically in your mind. You must be the guests. I was told to expect you.
Are you the doctor?
It lets out a throaty chuckle that Gideon and Wes can understand. No. No. Just an assistant.
I see. We were heading to the tavern?
Yes. You were, it says with intent.
She's gonna glance over at Sazan.
Yes, if you could point us in the direction.
I would love to. If you would follow me. It begins to slither towards the western door. Does anyone take any action?
I'm gonna look at the mages.
Taking us to the tavern that was previously mentioned.
Still don't like the sounds of that.
You hear the creature open the large double doors.
Do we follow him? It? They?
What do you think, Gideon?
Me. We are fucked. Sure. Why not?
Up ahead, you see a rusty, grime-filled octagonal chamber. You realize as you enter this room, Gideon, you can see a shaft directly above this thing's head, about 25 feet up, and realize that it's covered by that rusty grate in the chain devil room. Notably, Sazan, as you pass this creature, you remember that they were crying and screaming for death pitifully. It is now silent in the presence of whatever this creature is.
Mm-hmm.
As each of you follow it, it winds its way down the halls. Large
I
creature.
can try and take a roll to figure out what that thing is.
Sure, go ahead and give me either astrology or occultism.
Oh boy, because astrology is totally a skill I even have.
Mm-hmm. Okay. This is a flesh warp, Gideon. This creature is vaguely human. Their bodies and arms are rubbery, and they're pretty awkward looking as they try to move around. And typically they beg for death because they are a failed transformation. They're essentially a caterpillar that never fully evolved out of its cocoon.
Wait, are you talking about this thing back here? Or the worm?
This thing.
Ah,
Sorry, did
I
you
was
mean
looking for
this
the
thing?
worm. Yeah,
Very well.
but I'll take the fetch. What info?
Then I would say it's been relatively recent. I believe Ziri already described this as a Sigwathi. They are essentially hyperfixated hounds of things that come from beyond the stars. They are servants with a strong psychic power. They possess intelligence, they possess language, they possess the ability to use tools and magic. Although they typically only care about fulfilling whatever their prime directive is, essentially, that they have been given at birth. They're told to do one thing and only one thing when they are created, and are then abandoned by their creators to do it until death.
Great. Space dog. Space dog from Cosmic Horrors.
Winds down this
I
hallway.
think he's working for the Star Child.
Sorry, what did Wes say? You were
What?
cut out. You're
Oh. I said, do you think he's working for the Star
You're
Child?
gone again.
Yeah,
Let me know
your
what's
mic's
going on
cutting
with
out
your
again, bud.
I don't know why.
Do you think he's working for the Star Child, I believe?
Yes.
sorry. My brain is evidently not working at the moment. What's the Star Child again?
You're asking about the Starfallen?
Starfallen, yeah, sorry.
Oh,
That would be the implication, as far as I can put it together.
I think that's probably a fairly safe bet.
Should we really be following it?
I have mixed feelings, but we do at some point need to figure out what this tavern is all about.
It rounds the corner. And immediately, as you enter this hallway, we'll just do all this at once. Swings open the door, and you hear music playing. You each see a tavern
Uh,
full of Morlocks.
What?
There's a Drider, and up on stage here look to be a collection of strange creatures about Wesk's size, maybe.
Ah, yes, the RGB lights were jumping the shark.
Regardless, as your light shines in, there's a sudden hiss of pain from the crowd, and all of the instruments stop angrily. It's like you're breaking up the party. The worm slithers
Probably.
in.
Turn our lights off.
Yeah, I'll cloak over the light.
Same.
Very well.
Is there any ambient light in here
Nope.
at all?
Oh.
Cool. I'm gonna pull something out of the bag.
Very well.
Thanks, West.
The patrons of the quote-unquote tavern also hears your art of the band.
Nice.
Beautiful.
As you enter the tavern, the patrons seem a little bit upset by you, but they get right back to playing, kind of disgruntled, because you seem to be accompanied by the Sigwathi. Notably, this place is clean. These tables and chairs polished. It smells like a tavern. Spilled beer, fried food. There's an elevated stand or a stage where a band is playing, and there are doors in several locations around this hall. This Drider looks far more relaxed than the other one. Notably, this one is female Gideon. She
Glad I
is
can learn the difference.
reading a book, kind of lazily. Not able to sit on any of the chairs, she's sort of leaned up against the wall. The Morlocks around you kind of cup their drinks protectively.
So, was anyone expecting an actual tavern?
I mean, yeah, but not one with a band.
It was the furthest thing from.
You can wait here until the doctor calls you, it says to Zirians is on.
Jerry will kind of give an unsteady nod.
It politely shuts the door as it leaves, and you hear it retreat down the hall. And that's where we're going to stop for the night.
Yeah.
Alright. Can I get myself low light vision? Nope.
Very well. Any last thoughts? Any last actions?
Nope.
Very well. Vote on who did the cool thing.
It was Zeri.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna go with Ziri.
Zeri.
What did I do?
Everything with
You
Esmeralda.
carried the role play for the entire half the session.
Yeah,
I'll take it.
not Esmeralda, sorry. Tired brain.
Very well. I guess we'll go ahead and wrap up. Anything you want to declare before we go?
Yeah, can I use those clockwork goggles?
Sure, bud. Let me see if I can. Where are they? In your bag. There we go.
I had taken them out to use them. I originally had 5, but using them consumes them.
Okay. You gain low light vision for 10 minutes?
Yep.
Very well.
Figured it was long enough to work around the bar, and if things go tits up, I'll have it for a fight.
Very well. Gideon snaps on some goggles and Splinter Cell night vision theme.